Good morning. We'll be in here this morning.
No,
I am well, Douglas. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, me too.
Just getting people on Zoom. See if we can get everybody on. Good morning. Good morning. We are changing rooms. So going forward, we're going to be in the Prairie Village room. On Tuesday mornings, we'll still be in the training room on Thursdays. So let's get going. For those of you on Zoom, we have quite a few of you on Zoom. Love seeing you. Remember, it is my preference that you have your cameras on. So please, please, please put those cameras on. And the materials for today's class, which is all about this week, is all about lead conversion, is we will, those materials are on the Launch Facebook page. So if you're looking for the materials, then that's where they are. I'm going to get the Legion PowerPoint up. Let's see. Okay. So nobody's going to have their camera on. No one likes me this morning. Douglas is in here with me. And Douglas, let me give you the materials for this morning. Let me get it separated here so you don't get. I think that is, oh, no, I'm trying to give you more than one. Okay, we'll get these in place. And I want to hear from everybody. What did you do this weekend regarding real estate? Did anybody have, hold on, I'm going to actually put in the OWL camera. That's the nice thing about being in this room is we'll have the OWL camera and you all will be able to see everybody in the room instead of just me. It takes it just a minute to get the OWL going. Anybody have an open house this weekend? Tell me, tell me. Let me turn up the volume. I don't want to, nope, my volume is up, but let's see. Okay, tell me, tell me. Anybody have an open house this weekend? Anybody do real estate activities this weekend? Did you go door knocking? Did you do some social media? Did you, Alice is coming on? No? Okay, so who did the homework from last week? Our homework, does anybody remember what the homework was from the referrals class?
I did the homework.
Awesome. Did you get any responses? Tell us what you did, Jaden. Actually, I saw you working on it after class. So tell me what you did and any responses.
So far nothing, no responses, but I made a Instagram carousel that I'll post it to my Facebook as well. Just telling people that I can help outside of the Kansas City Metro. And then I have another post scheduled for I think Thursday this week that also talks about referrals.
Awesome. Great job, Jaden. I'm gonna stalk your social media and take a snapshot of it to share with others, if you don't mind, because I want others to see the creative ideas that people are coming up with. The idea, your homework was, and this is for all of you, you're missing an opportunity by not making certain that you're getting the word out for people who don't live in Kansas City. So what we talked about last week with referrals were two different kinds, really three different kinds, but basically it's agent to agent referrals, out of town agents that can refer business to you. And then we also talked about your being able to help anyone you know who doesn't live in the Kansas City area in a different state, different city, in St. Louis, in Manhattan, Kansas, that you can help them find a good agent no matter where they live.
I have a friend in Texas. She's an agent, and we converse back and forth. Haven't had any chances to to share any referrals with her or me yet,
But you have the
Yes.
relationship. I
Right, yes.
love that, Douglas. So, and that's what you want. You want to start building relationships so that if somebody has somebody coming to Kansas City, or you have someone going towards their city, that's where I also recommended last week that you go ahead. If you have a concentration of people in a different town or different city outside of Kansas City. Let's say you have a lot of family in Chicago. Well, then I would be finding great agents in the Chicago area. And because Chicago's so big, I'd have like 3 or 4 of them. And then you can actually tell your family and friends in Chicago that, hey, I already have great connections with amazing agents in your area. So let me help you. Let me be your matchmaker. Let me be able to help you find the right people. Good morning, Megan. Megan's coming in. So I would love to see you all flood your social media. And as you're going to holiday, everybody's going to be going to holiday gatherings. Next week, you're going to be Thanksgiving. Yeah, right. So you're going to be around a lot of family and friends. Then we're just going right into the holidays. So you're going to be around a lot of people, and you're going to be around family and friends that are coming into Kansas City for the holidays, and they don't live here. It's a perfect opportunity for you to start explaining to them and sharing with them how you can help them. So don't miss these opportunities. Remember, it's on us to educate others about what we do and how we can help them. And that's so important. So important. So I will say this about next week. We will not have any launch classes next week. I don't know if I'll check with Angel to see if he's going to do Monday Mastermind, but we won't, knowing that so many of you are going to be traveling or you're going to be in the midst of getting everything ready for Thanksgiving. It's going to be hard to get people to come in. So, and some of you are going to be out of the country. I'm looking at Megan. Megan's headed down to Mexico. So, I want to make certain that you all know that. Before I go any further, we do have someone new joining us. We have Irene Lindsay. Irene, would you introduce yourself and so everybody can meet you?
I'm Irene Lindsay. I am a broker salesperson. I've been with United previously for the past 3 years, and I just joined Keller.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We are thrilled to have you. Welcome aboard. So thrilled to have you. And glad that you jumped on to our training this morning. Yeah, we need. Okay, that's awesome. Well, welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you. All right, I'm going to share screen. Let me make sure I have the materials all queued up. I do, so that we can jump in our topic of this week. So we're going to start covering lead conversion. So in all of lead gen, this course, lead gen 3612-3, what's the 36 stand for, and what's the 12, and what's the 3 stand for? Anybody know?
Uh,
36
Three
touch.
is 3 hours a day.
Okay. First, I heard Jaden first, then Alice. Jaden?
Well, the 36 is 36 touches.
No, but we do have the 36 touch program. So that's
Oh,
stuck in your
36
head. I'm glad that's
transactions.
stuck in your head, but it means something different in this. Alice?
36
what's the-
transactions.
Yes, 36 transactions. What's the 12 for?
In 12 months.
In 12 months, what's the 3 for?
3 hours of lead generation a day.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, that is exactly what it is. So this course has focused on all the different kinds of lead gen. Can you all remember all the topics that we've covered? What are some of the topics? What are some of the lead gen topics that we've covered in this course?
Open house,
Open house, Douglas,
your pipeline with
Database. Mhm.
See,
For sale by owner.
For sale by owners, Lucilia, thank you. Yes. And expireds, yes.
Referrals.
Referrals, yes. Good one, Connor.
Working with maps.
With your Mets, yes, because we had two different database topics in this. We're missing a big one. It's okay. It begins with an F.
yeah.
F.
Farming.
Farming, yes, yes. Those were some of the topics. And I think we talked, it was open houses, it was farming, it was referrals, yes, a database and working with Mets. FSBOs and expireds. We did social media. So we tackled many of the most foundational ways of getting business. Now, are they the only ways? No. But they are the ones that most agents do some of. And remember, when we work on our business plans, when you all create your business plans, what you're doing is coming up with 3 forms of lead generation that you're going to really focus on. That's that 135 tab on your business plan of what is it that's going to take the majority of your time, effort, and money. Jaden's here. That's what you're going to focus on. It doesn't mean you don't do any other lead gen. It just means these are your 3 pillars of your lead gen business. So by doing this course, hope that it exposed you to some different ways that you might want to pursue. And you don't want to pursue all of them. And here's why. Why do you think I say that? What would happen if you try to pursue all of them?
You can't be targeted and focused and
You
Kind
won't
of.
do all of it. You won't be targeted enough.
And you might be better at a specific thing, and if you spreading your time out amongst all other things.
And you-
I remember you had told me belly to belly for me, and this past week, the cable guy had come out.
Uh-huh.
And we got to talking, we was talking about church and all these type of things, and he's thinking of moving his family up here from Texas. So I've just traded contacts with him, so hopefully his family is coming up here this coming weekend and go to church with me.
Awesome.
So he came to church with me this past Sunday, and hopefully him and his family will be in this coming Sunday, so.
Okay. Love that. And the other reason you don't want to try all of them is you're never going to go deep enough. And if you don't go deep enough, in our business, it's built on momentum, meaning you have to get enough going in a certain area, right? Because if you can't dive deep enough in an area of lead gen, you're just snorkeling, and that's not the same as scuba diving. And so you're not going to have as much momentum in your business from that lead gen. And it might be just a one-off, because most of what we do is built on repetition. That's where we get our success. And I know for some of you that sounds so boring and you don't like repetition. Am I right? Some of you want something a little bit more exciting. Well, wait until you get transactions. That's where your excitement comes.
Yes. Won't be boring.
It's never boring in our world. So that's the reason we covered all of those topics in Lead Gen 36-12-3. It is to accomplish 36 transactions in 12 months with 3 hours minimum of lead gen daily, at least 5 days a week. Okay, that's what gets this business going. That's what allows you to be able to hit those transactions. And also, I'm going to tell you something I don't think I shared with you about this course. This course is really for experienced agents, ones that already have some foundation in their business. The reason I teach it to you all is because I truly believe if I don't go deep on lead gen, I'm holding you back. And the sooner I can go deep on lead gen and get you really, really starting to understand the different forms and how to do it and how to be successful and get you to go out there and do these, the faster your business will grow. While I always want to feed you with the foundation of how to work with buyers and sellers and all of that good stuff, I also know that you want to know, how do I go get business? And that's why I do this course with you. And also, they used to have a course with Keller Williams that I taught for many, many years, but they took out most of the meat of lead gen from it. And so that's why I don't teach Ignite to you all anymore, is that I felt that this goes deeper and gives you more really great information on how to go do this so that you can succeed. So let's talk about lead conversion. So you go out to get the business. You do your open houses. You do your social media. You do your farming. You do all those different things. And you get people who actually act like they want to move forward. How do you convert them? How do you get them to say, yes, I'm going to work with you? Doug, I want you to help me buy my house. Wyatt, I want you to help me sell my house. How are you going to get there? Because here's what you can't do. Now, it's going to happen sometimes organically. You can't wait for them to say, yes, I want you. Meaning you have to proactively ask for the business and show your value right up front. We can't just rely on they might like us. Yeah, it's probably they're going to pick you because they like you, but it's rarely that they pick you just because they like you. I know that some agents have said, oh yeah, we really bonded. We both like to fish and but did you talk about your value as an agent? Because you just having the same hobby interest may not be enough for them to think you're the agent for them. Does that make sense? So you have to connect on personal levels and find those areas of connection, but you can't just hope that they say, and I want you because you like to fish, because that's probably not going to be enough for them. It's not. Now, does it sometimes happen that you barely know somebody and they say they want you to help them? Yes, I'll give you an example. I did an open house. It was over in Armour Hills, over between Waldo and Brookside. And I never forget, it's funny how you remember certain houses. I remember it was kind of on a hill. The car was parked out front. I got really good traffic. And this one couple came in, looked at the house. I talked with them just briefly. I mean, it wasn't even 5 minutes. They go back out, they leave, and then they come back in like 5 minutes later and they say, we want you to help us buy a house. And we're looking in Blue Springs. I would have never thought, because they're looking at open, they were just driving by and her grandma lived close by. And they thought just for grins, they'd stop by. So sometimes they do pick you on very little. I'm like, you almost want to say, are you sure? But I didn't, because I was really new and I was like, yes. But then I realized that's not how it always goes. Matter of fact, that's rarely how it goes. It's lovely. It can be lovely when it happens that way, but we've got to be proactive. So we're going to talk about this, but before we do, would everybody please sign in. Scan the QR code. And if you're on your phone, there's also a bit.ly link here that you can type in and check in. That's how we know that you've been here. Well, I'd love to say Megan and I have amazing memories and we remember everybody from every class. I know I don't. I have an idea of the people who attend most of the classes, but I'm not gonna know exactly all the ones that you do attend. So appreciate it if you would quickly do that. Okay.
The baby moved for the first time this week. That's so exciting.
Okay, here's in this session this week, here's what we're going to talk about and mastering. Define lead conversion. Understand the critical difference between leads and prospects and why that matters. You cannot successfully treat leads and prospects the same way. You can't. Especially if you're doing a lot of lead generation and you're getting good amount of leads. You have to learn how to build rapport skills. How do you connect with people? Understanding you all have done the DISC personality profile, right? Okay. So do you remember, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I want you thinking, what was your DISC? What was your DISC? What was prominent in your DISC? Was it the D, the I, the S, the C? Or maybe it was a little bit of 2, maybe it was a little bit of 3. And then how to master appointment setting. Again, we have to learn how to ask for the business to get the business, because your job in lead gen, what's your number one job when you lead gen? What's your number one objective when you lead gen?
Get an appointment?
Get an appointment. And if you've done your business plan, on the economic tab, I would challenge all of you to go back today and look at your economic tab. And down on line 22 or 23, it's going to be how many appointments you need a month. That should be for every lead gen activity you do, you should be thinking, I need 3 appointments this month. I need 3 appointments this month. I've got to find 3 appointments this month. How am I going to do that? I'm going to focus on my lead gen activities that I have mapped out. My roadmap is my 135. It's saying I'm going to do this many open houses. These are the things I'm going to do around that open house to get the best possible traffic, right? So it's really important that you all understand that your sole goal is to get appointments. And then learning on how to convert those appointments to turn into business. Why are we here? Well, to dramatically increase the number of appointments you secure. Every conversation is an opportunity, and the material we'll be covering this week is going to give you the tools and techniques and confidence to turn more inquiries into appointments. And then if you can get appointments and consultations, then those should be turning into signed agreements. Now, here's where that business plan really comes into play. And if you haven't spent time with your business plan, you need to. I know going to David's class, it's like a whirlwind. Those 3 hours are like a whirlwind that he does, packed with amazing information. However, here are the numbers you need to focus on. It's going to actually show you on here, on your business plan, how many appointments you need. But did you notice it then tells you, well, you're not going to convert everybody to a signed agreement. And why is that? What are some reasons that people might not sign with you?
They don't have the money.
They're not ready.
Yeah.
They wanted to at least start talking to see if they were ready, but they're not ready yet financially, right? What are other reasons?
Sometimes, like you said, they're not ready, but sometimes they like to window shop.
Yeah.
They just wanna see, get the feel of it.
Sometimes sellers, especially in a hot market, are just, they don't have a compelling reason to move. So they're like wanting to see what would it look like money wise if they did sell. What's another reason? You might not be a match for them.
Yeah.
Be okay that you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and they're not going to be all your cup of tea either. Did you know? Did you know as self-employed agents, you don't have to work with everybody? Did you know that? In the beginning, you probably will try to work with everyone. I get it. And then you will learn, right, Megan? You'll learn the hard facts of life that not everybody is a good partner in a transaction with you. And you're going to want to learn how to understand the red flags that are going to happen that you will start noticing, and you'll be like, whoa, that's such a red flag. I don't think this is going to be a good match. So those are the things, those skills and awareness that you're going to develop. Let's talk about lead conversion. Let's talk about it more in depth. What is lead conversion? It leads. Here's what a lead is. And I really want you to write this down. If you can write it down or type it down. Leads are ready, willing, and able to do business now.
That was on the state test. Ready, willing, and able buyers.
Leads are ready, willing, and able to do business now.
Yeah.
That's a lead. Those are your priorities. If someone says they are ready, willing, and able to do business now, these are your top priority. You schedule face-to-face time with them immediately. You enter them into your database so you can start tracking and gathering all the information you're going to need to service them well. And you're going to focus your energy here on the leads because they're the people who are going to give you the quicker wins. Now, in our world, it's not like quick like tomorrow. How long does an average closing take? Once you go under contract, what's the average closing?
Like 41 days.
30 to 40 days.
Yeah, 30 to 40 days.
So one of the problems that I've had I've been talking to a lot of investors
Mhm.
is more like having to bring up the agreement side of things
Mhm.
because they're like, yeah, I'd love to use you on a real estate deal if you have anything.
Mm.
And I've been talking to Serena about that. And
That's how they use you.
yeah,
Mhm.
and she said you want people that are going to be bought all in to
Right.
you, so
Yeah.
you can buy all the way in to them. But I was just wondering, what do you think is a good way to kind of push the agenda of saying like, hey, that's not how we do things.
That's not how I do things.
You just say it.
Because that's not a success plan.
Yeah.
And here's why. I focus on people that are ready, willing, and able,
Mm-hmm.
and that are committed to me so that I can commit to them.
Yeah.
If you're just if you come across something,
Yeah.
then it's not that I won't ever think of you, but I have to give my time and attention to the people who have hired me.
Yeah.
And I think by saying hire me, it's really powerful. Come on in, Karen. We're in a different room. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that and investors are notorious, especially you guys got to know and I'm glad Serena's guiding you well. They will use you as a new person and they look for new people. They'll say, give me 10 CMAs, write me some offers. And
Yeah. So if you do find something for them, they don't have to use you in that deal. If there's
Well,
no agreement in place.
right. So that's why you want that agreement. There's also, and the only time you would use it, there's a non-exclusive buyer agency.
Yeah.
And it is for investors
Yeah.
because investors, most of them, but not all of them, like Serena usually works with investors who will just work with her.
Yeah.
Okay. But she's built that reputation, she's built that knowledge, she has that network and what have you. So you might have to have a non-exclusive. And what that means though, Wyatt, anything that you show them or bring them, then they're obligated to do it with you.
Yeah.
So that gives you that protection.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives them, there's this illusion to some investors that the more agents I have out there looking for me, the better. Are they really looking for you? A new agent will, and then what happens is you're spending your time on someone that you don't even know is committed to you and will go forward with you.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cause I've had this one investor steady calling me and he's saying exclusive too, but it just seems like he wants to use me, so I don't,
Well, then he has to hire you.
yeah.
Use the language in which people respond to. Have it saying, you must sign an exclusive buyer's agency with me. Yes, you're going to have to say that, but to me, the language that works with the average consumer and investor is, you know what, Karen, to work with me, you have to hire me. Let me tell you what that entails.
Yeah.
Here's what that looks like. Right? Because you're talking in a language I can understand. Hire me.
Yeah, and I thought about it too, like you could answer certain questions and when it starts to get deeper, like well, if we would like to talk about it more, we could book an appointment and
Schedule
we could
time.
sign- It's good, yeah. So they it's like, oh, it's work. We're not just like being friends and me giving you advice anymore.
Free advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once they get to the point that they're asking more and more questions, and you say, hey, it sounds like you're really interested in this. We need to schedule time instead of saying, I don't do this for free. Because we don't want to say that, but we have to protect ourselves.
Mhm.
So Wyatt, you bring up a really important part is that, well, and now, although it was always the law, now we're being watched that we have to have a buyer's agency in place before we show a property.
Well, so I tell people that I'll show them my computer screen. I said, it says right here that I have to have a buyer agency with you. I can't even schedule our booking to see this place until you sign papers. We both have to have that to enter the house.
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes that resonates better if they can see the reasons. But it's like, it literally prevents me from showing you this house until I have that buyer agency.
I learned this. 'Cause
So-
I went to court with my friend. She wanted me to go with her. And I had some questions to ask the attorney.
Come on in.
And I took too long trying to form my sentence, my question, and he just handed me his business card. And I'm like, okay. Like, he basically told me,
Like,
like, if you want to go deeper into it, like, here's my business card.
Yeah.
Like, it's not free advice. I'm
Right.
like, and he let me come to shop. I'm like,
Oh,
makes sense.
okay.
Yeah,
He's a
okay.
business owner.
Yeah,
His business is his service.
Yeah.
And your time is valuable.
it's valuable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And your knowledge is valuable as well.
Yeah. That's why leads, remember, are ready, willing, and able to do business now. Now, everybody else, and you could put them like as contacts, or potential leads,
Mhm.
may do business with you sometime in the future. Enter them into your database. Please, please, please do not discard someone. I see it too often that an agent will pass somebody by if they said they're not ready right now. It's just, you have to understand how, you have to have it in your head. How are you going to allocate your time between leads and potential leads? Okay, that's the difference. It's not that they're not both valuable. One is now, and the other is potential future business, and that's valuable too. It's then you've got to understand, I dedicate my time differently and my attention on those people. So may do business with you sometime in the future. Yes, you're going to put them in your database, and then you're going to put them on something systematized.
So what if they're a potential client in the future, but it's not like, oh yeah, I'm looking to buy soon, but they actually tell you I'm looking to buy this month.
Well, then that's now.
That's
Yeah,
now?
that's
Okay.
now.
Now is in the next 90 days. That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. I should have been more specific, Karen, when I said now. That a now lead is someone who wants to buy or sell in the next 90 days. Those are your now people. Okay, those are your now people. People past the 90 days are the future.
Mm.
Now, here's where you have to be careful. You have to nurture this relationship over time. You can't just put them on a touch campaign, on an email campaign. You want to put them on one, definitely, like something that hits them at least once a month, if not twice a month. Put them on the 36 touch that the office already has for free for you all. And then you need to nurture and check in on them. Because here's what you haven't experienced yet and probably don't understand is, Wyatt, somebody's going to tell you, oh, I'm not going to be ready for 9 months. 9 months. Okay, got to make room for Jeffrey, please. Hello, Jeffrey, come on in. Let's make sure we got room for everybody. Here's a seat right here for you, Jeffrey. Can I tell you that very few times is that 9 months set in stone? It could be sooner or could be longer. So not that they're fibbing to you, it's just life happens and circumstances change, sometimes good, sometimes not so good, that are going to change their timeline. And when I was new, I fell for someone saying, I'm not going to buy in 6 months. Guess what? I barely touched them that whole time. And when I reached out to them, they'd already moved on without me. My bad. It was a painful lesson, but it was very poignant. I got it. I understood it. And I was like, oh no. So I should never believe that because their world can change. We have an adage in real estate. Have you heard this? Buyers are liars. We have this adage that buyers are liars. It's kind of something you never say that to their faces. Please don't ever say that to a buyer. It's more this. It is that what a buyer says they want and when they want it may change 10 times between the first conversation and what they end up buying. So what they are dreaming of may not even be possible. So just know that, yes, they're going to share with you what they think they want and when they want it, but they don't even know the process yet. They don't even know that they have to be pre-approved. They don't even know they need a down payment, right? Or they don't even know that that type of house is not in their price point. That 3-car garage with an acre, that is not in a 200,000 price range, most likely, right? So that's why we say buyers are liars. What they come to us with in the beginning, all those hopes and dreams, we're not going to dash them. We're just going to bring them into what they can really afford and find them the best that they can afford and help them through that process that they came to us knowledgeable about. Does that make sense?
And as agents, you have to realize you have to be very flexible because sometimes these things change and evolve out of your control. And then you have to guide your client to that next level. And so you have to be willing to adjust to those things just as well. It's not that you did something wrong. Something else just got in the way. Now you have to restart. That happens all the time in a transaction. So don't get frustrated.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You think in the beginning that it's all going to be roses and rainbows and it's going to go so smoothly. And it may start out so smooth, you might think, oh, this is easy. What are those coaches talking about? And then the first kink gets in the transaction, and then the second, and then something blows up. Not
Then you're
literally.
dealing with the neighbors' opinions. I had a phone call like on that Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a fun phone call. I talked him down.
yes. So there's
It's just
so
really-
many factors that play into, think of it this way, there are a lot of different hands touching a transaction. And your clients are hearing from a lot of different people that don't have a clue what they're talking about. Dad, we love Dad, but Dad hasn't bought a house in 30 years. But Dad's telling you this is how it's got to be. You're like, oh, lovely. The neighbors are saying things. There's so many different people in their ear giving them free advice, and you know what free advice is. It's only as good as what it's worth, and it's free.
Redirect them where they need to be.
And that's where trying to figure out what's their knowledge, what's their expectations going into this. And so when the key is in your leads and potential leads, is knowing the difference and allocating your time accordingly. Leads deserve your immediate attention, and you should be checking in on them several times a week if you're not actively out there yet with them, right? Showing them houses and everything. So, and then your prospects, your potential leads, those prospects need to hear from you on a regular basis so they don't do something without you. Right? Any questions about the difference between leads and potential leads? Those prospects. Kind of got it in your head? Ready, willing, and able to do business. Those are your leads. That's who you focus on. Okay. Go back down. Now let's talk about the 6 critical conversion points, because you don't just convert, Karen, there's a screen behind you if you do want to see that part. I'm sorry, I should have told you that. There are 6 critical conversion points. There's not just one when working with a client. It's not just converting them to work with you. There are different parts where you're going to have to convert them along the way. The first is that first contact, that inquiry. So usually they come in, you're going to get a phone call, you're going to get a text message, you're going to get an email. It may be an inquiry off of your website, your Keller Williams website. Now, I will tell you, we went through earlier this year, there was like a whole month of a lot of scams, leads coming through. If any of your website leads come through and they say they only want to talk to you through WhatsApp, it's probably a scam. 99% of the time that's a scam. They're just trying to get you to buy Bitcoin or something. So tell them I would want to do a Zoom call or a phone call with you. Which would you be comfortable with? And if they're saying only WhatsApp there, then I wouldn't continue conversing with them. And definitely, bless you, don't open any links that they send you or anything like that. So the lead, okay, so the inquiry, that's a conversion point of getting them to have an appointment, that they're a real live lead, meaning in that inquiry, you're going to ask some pre-qualifying questions, and we'll get into that on Thursday. What type of questions do you ask people to know if they're ready, willing, and able? And then once you know that they're ready, willing, and able, and they may not be completely ready, meaning they may not be pre-approved yet, but they have everything else lined up that you know, oh, I can take them forward. Then you want to get them into an appointment. Has anybody tried to schedule appointments with leads, and how's that gone?
I had one recently.
Tell us, Alice, how did that go? You got the lead.
It went well. I got the lead and I was talking to the client, and she was a little bit busy. She worked 7 days a week, but she was excited about one of the open houses that I had recently posted. So I told her I'd take her to show it. She signed the buyer agency before we got there. We got there, she looked around, and then she did mention that she thinks she needs to get connected with Bob because she does not think that the house that we were looking at was in her price range, but she knows that there's some houses in that area in her price range.
Okay. Yeah, until we know what they can shop, what they can afford, it is dangerous to take them out shopping, because here's what you have to worry about is they see something more expensive and they have to go down significantly in the price point, nothing's going to look as good. A lot of times they'll be like, but it doesn't have this. They'll always be comparing. So, well, that's awesome that you built that relationship and got her converted. That's awesome. Now
Thank you.
want to schedule the face-to-face or a digital consultation. Now, I wouldn't call it a consultation. I wouldn't call it a meeting. I would try to, because sometimes if you say, Douglas, we need to do a buyer's consultation meeting. How's that sound.
Yeah, like too corporate.
It cannot be off-putting. It may not be, depending on the client or the
Yeah.
potential client, but you want to say more that I would like to sit down with you and get to know what it is you really want in your next home and how you want to live in this home. Because in order for me as an agent to do the best job possible, I need to know as much as possible about what you want and what you want to accomplish. Here's the thing, guys. Just knowing somebody wants a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Old Overland Park is not enough to take them out shopping. And if you do, you're going to waste your time and you're going to waste their time. And you're going to show them way too many houses. The name of the game, and it's hard when you're new. I know that some of this is going to be as you build skill. It's not going to come automatically. So I'm kind of jumping you ahead of how you should be doing your business. I know it might take you a little bit, but you shouldn't be showing them endless houses. If I hear you show 20, 30 houses, I'm going to know that there's some conversion issues there, that the right conversations aren't going on about what they need, and you being able to narrow it down so you can find what they need, that you're just showing them anything and everything. And that's not a good practice. That'll burn you out so fast. And you know what happens? It burns your buyers out. If it goes that way, if you show them too many houses and you're not showing them anything, they're going to start thinking, well, Jaden, she can't even find me a house. I don't know if she's the agent for me. It also will burn you if you write too many offers.
Sorry.
You write too many,
Frustrating for your clients as well.
it will burn them out. And they will throw in the towel. If you write 5 offers and they don't get any of those, it tells, now not always, but many times it's because you weren't having the right conversations with them about how to be competitive in this market. And you might have started showing them out houses that were too expensive. Meaning, yes, they might have been approved for 275, but you showed them houses at 270 to 275, but everything was going over list price, and all the offers were highly competitive, and they can't go there. They can't go a dime over 275. And then they're trying to compete with people who can beat them every single time. Then they're going to get frustrated and they're going to think, Douglas, you can't win me a house because I didn't set you up with the right strategy to be able to do that. Make sense? So it's more than just going and showing them houses. It's really understanding what do they want and making sure, does that match their price point? We might have to have a little heart to heart and ask them, what are they willing to give up? Because it seems in that price point, you're not going to get a 3-car garage. What if we found a 2-car garage and it had a storage shed in the back? Would that meet your needs? Or would you be willing to put one in the backyard? Do you see what I'm saying? You have to find a way to get them past that because they had in their mind that they had to have the 3-car garage. And their price point, it's not going to happen, or maybe not in that area. You're not going to find one in Prairie Village. You're going to be lucky to find a 2-car garage unless it was a tear down, and then it's over $1 million.
Right.
Right? But from our original Prairie Village house, they were only built with 1-car garage unless it was a corner lot. And if it was a corner lot, oh, then there might be 2. Why were they only built with 1-car garages?
The generation they're built in,
But why?
people only own 1 car.
Families back then only had 1 car because dad went to work and mom stayed home. They only had 1 car. And that's not, now we have way too many vehicles, right?
Between the boys and I, we have 6 cars
Yeah.
in 1 driveway.
So you get the appointment and you schedule that face-to-face time with them to get to better know what they want and to see how you can help them and articulate that value that you'll be able to help them with. then you get the commitment for them to hire you. And in
Okay.
order to hire me, you sign this agreement.
I remember when I was a buyer, I walked into, I didn't like split level houses. I didn't like, garage entry basements.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't like, I'd be like, oh, I like this house. And then my agent would show me that house and be like, oh, it has a garage entry basement. Or I don't know why no one ever said to me, every time you walk into a split level house, you hate it. Let's stop looking at them. Like,
Let's stop this madness right now, Jaden. You say you don't like this.
yeah, but I mean, I was an eager buyer. I wanted to look at everything. So I think, someone should have, like, I think that they could have managed my expectations a little bit and
Coached you better.
not wasted their time as much.
Mhm.
And especially garage entry basements, that's not something I noticed on the pictures.
Of course not.
So
Well,
they
they
should've
don't
told me, like-
usually give you a picture of that.
Yeah.
So remember, those pictures don't show you every step of the house. And so yeah, that's where an agent, we coach people. We can't tell them what to do, but we do coach them. So think of yourself as a coach. You're coaching them. And that would have been a perfect coaching moment to say, hey, Jaden, you know what? Every time I show you a split level and we've only seen 2 or 3, it's a no for you. So let's mark those off our list because that is not floor plan for you. Is that okay? And see, I just got her permission to take that off the list. And so, Jaden, also, does that mean if you do see a house and I notice it's a split level and has that garage basement entry, is it okay for me to say, no, we're not going to go see that?
Yeah.
See, I got her permission again. It's a partnership. I'm not going to say, oh, we can't go see that. I say, remember, we're not going to see that because of what you don't want in the house. So you're coaching someone because an eager buyer wants to see everything because they feel like if I don't see everything, I'm missing my house. Isn't that how you felt?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But I ended up in a house that was not a split level, did not have a garage entry, had
Mhm.
sidewalks out front, but I saw a lot of houses that were in neighborhoods that didn't have those things that I found out were important to me as a buyer as I was going through the process.
Yeah.
And remember, your buyers don't always know what they really do want until they do see something that they think is their dream house and they get in there like, no, I really do want that open kitchen. You're right. I mean, they don't know until they see it in person sometimes.
Yeah.
So you do have a few visits like that.
That's that buyers or liars is that
Yeah.
they have their ideal in their head, but it doesn't always translate into inventory
Right.
or price point.
Yeah, once
So-
they actually see the house.
It's up to us to get that. And then once you have that agreement signed that you've established that you're going to be working together, they hire you, then that contract, that is where you're also converting them and guiding them and coaching them on being able to move forward and write a competitive or on a winning offer. So it's not just, oh, you get them and it's all over. I don't have to convert them anymore. You're converting them along the process. And then at closing, the conversion of making sure everything's going to go well to get agreement and make sure everybody moves forward to go to closing. Does that make sense? So conversion, it's not just converting the actual lead, you're doing it throughout the process of working with them too. So I wanted to introduce you to the bigger concept of conversion because you're doing that. And it's in your business plan. And we're going to wrap up on this because we need to go to the business meeting. But here's the deal. You're going to have to make certain that you are converting them and understanding how to do that and being comfortable with it and learning that skill. So if this isn't something you've ever done before or what have you, this is a skill you're going to build. And that's what a lot of this training is about, is introducing you to the skills and to the knowledge that you need in order to do this business and to service clients. Does that make sense? So we will continue this conversation on Thursday. We're going to actually go through, I've got some samples. Read your materials, your student guide for Thursday, because it also has some scenarios we're going to go through in Thursday's class. Okay. so that we can kind of figure out who's a ready, willing, and able buyer and who's a prospect or potential lead. Sound good?
Good.
Any questions especially from our Zoom people? Any questions? Okay, so we're going to log off here. Those of you on Zoom, log on to our office Facebook page, our closed Facebook page, so that you can watch the business meeting. And those in the room, head down the hall and let's join the business meeting. Thanks.
Where we're at in the process.
Thank you.
Thank you.